Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com. Today's video, actually, just check it out. Alright, I wanted today's video to be like a little surprise. Of course, I always like to give value to producers. I like to help producers. I like to see people succeed, go from, your mom's basement to going to meet and greets and hanging out in the green room with celebrities and A-list artists and getting awards, whatever awards, like, I don't know, MTV award, all kinds of awards. Anyway, I like to see that, and especially, being a part of that, it definitely makes me happy, and I like to see people take what they love and go run with it. So anyway, that's what this channel is all about, is succeeding, learning new techniques in production, also in business, and also on a deep level as well, mentally and spiritually. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that sub button and click the bell as well so you get to see all the videos for the channel. So today's video, you're wondering, what's it about? Today's video basically is about, I lost my train of thought, hold on. Use everything that you have to the best of your ability. Use it, learn it, learn it. And what I mean by use is like, for instance, plugins. We have tons of them. We got ones we never even opened. We got ones that, we bought it and never used it. We don't understand every knob in Omnisphere. We don't understand granular synthesis. We don't understand every filter option known to man in every plugin. So what I mean by that is like, whatever DAW you use, FL Studio, shout out to Logic, shout out to Reason, shout out to Ableton, Studio One, shout out to all the DAW users out there, shout out to all the producers that use whatever DAWs. But what I'm getting at is like, every plugin that you get with that program, study it, learn it, every knob. Like if you don't know what it is, look it up. And I'm the type that reads manuals, like just, I don't know, a vacuum cleaner. I read my car manual. I read just random stuff, speaker manuals. I mean, you can learn a lot, and like they say, knowledge is power. So the more you know, the more versatile you are, especially like in your DAWs, because like certain DAWs that you study or learn things in that you might not know, it's transferable to another plugin. I said DAWs, but DAWs as well, because certain things you might know in FL Studio, you might be able to do it in Logic, or Logic in Ableton, or FL Studio to Ableton, whatever, transition. Like basically, what do you call it, using a wrench tool where you time shift it a little bit, where it's off the grid, you might be able to transfer that into the Kai software. I mean, it's really easy now. I mean, software makes it a lot easier than back in the day with hardware, where things you had to kind of, work around things. You find workarounds and also creative ways of doing the same thing. So learn, and study what you have, because the more you learn your plugins, and the more you figure out what each thing does, what each button does, what each knob does, slider, whatever, you actually develop this catalog, if you will, like a catalog of your beats, like a mental filing system of, oh, that's what that does, I know what that does, I can go there real quick. Like FL Studio has so many little tricks you can do, and counting, it's infinite. And I wouldn't say infinite, but it's pretty damn close, where you just keep learning more and more, and different shortcuts helps you do different things. I'm still learning the program, and I've been using it probably maybe 5 years, and 3 years heavy, really heavy. And it's one of my go-to DAWs. And I tried other DAWs. I do like Ableton, but I don't want to get beside the point. Like, studying what you have. Like, I know, for instance, when I first got FL Studio, I'm like, yo, I need some plugins, I need some sounds. But you know what I discovered? I was like, yo, I can't afford that at the time when I had it. So obviously money is a barrier for buying other stuff, but you want to learn what you have, and as you learn it, you become a master of those things, and then you can progress to something bigger. It's kind of like how animals evolve in a way. Like, certain animals might grow an extra arm or something because its environment made them, you know, its environment kind of influenced them to grow an extra arm for whatever reason, to swing on some beats, I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you evolve from where you are because you studied it, you learned it, you mastered it. Now you're ready to master something else. It's evolution, it's growth, it's going beyond than what you learned. I know I'm getting deep just for some plugins or just for some digital audio workstations, but this type of advice, I was thinking about it today, and you know, I remember I made that mistake when I first started producing. I wanted to buy everything. I saved up money, I worked my ass off, I did extra hours, I was DJing just non-stop just so I can buy stuff that I wasn't ready for, that I didn't, just so I can buy stuff that, just to say I had it, you know, and I didn't learn what I had already. You have what it takes, and you have what you need right now. Like, when I first started, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but maybe in the camera here on my left, let me pan it just a little bit and I'll fix it up. There we go, that unit right above the red unit, the ASR 10 and Sonic. Hey, I'm still in focus, awesome. That unit only gave me like 8 seconds of space for a sound, and then I had to find a workaround to take that sound and spread it across the MIDI keyboard. So I would get like these horrible 8-bit sounds, and I had to spread it out across the keyboard. So anyway, what I'm saying is I had to learn that. I had to master that. And as I mastered that, some new technology came out. I think it was the MPC 2000, the XL. I think that was next, what I started working on. But what I'm getting at is, like, don't expect to be ready for this next new thing unless you mastered this thing. And I'm trying to help you save money as well, because you don't want to fall in the trap of just buying stuff just to have it, because they throw this big advertisement in your face. You got a producer banging out beats and, you know, colors and stuff all over the screen, and it just sounds beautiful what the producer's doing. The screen looks good, it's in color, you know, you got all these bells and whistles, but you bought this last year and you barely used it, and you barely know how to use it, you barely know what it does. So explore, you know, learn and explore what you have. There's a plugin in FL Studio that I thought was dope. Autogun. Don't sleep on Autogun. It's a very, very cool idea because I think it's like 20,000 sounds and you just turn one knob or something. I haven't used it in a while, but there's a lot of cool sounds in there, and I think you can actually go into the library in there and find the sounds, but it comes free with FL Studio. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But and speaking of doing videos, if you're watching this video, let me know what type of video you need. That way I can work it in the release schedule and whatnot. Let me know what you need help with, and or business wise, production wise, or you know, whatever topics, whatever. So I lost my point. Oh, the Autogun. So don't sleep on Autogun in FL Studio. They have tons of plugins, more than that, that are installed in there that you might sleep on. Even in your browser window, go under packs. Pardon me. Go under packs, and there's a there's a lot of audio in there. There's like drums in there, some other sounds, and there's some vocal sounds in there. And there's just a bunch of different stuff that you can use, and you can throw a lot of processing and plugins on it and totally manipulate it, and nobody will ever know what it is. Like, you can really see, this is what I mean by learning with what you have, because it automatically teaches you to be creative. It's showing you, hey, I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I can take this garbage sound and change it into something totally different. And I've done that on several beats, on several of my productions, and people are like, yo, how'd you do that? Yo, what is that? It was this little Atari sample, like Atari blip, and I did something creative with it. So this is what I mean by learning with what you have, because it advances you as a producer, it advances you mentally and creatively, and it definitely takes you to a whole nother level. And that's what, you know, producing is all about. You don't want to stay right here, and you don't want to buy a bunch of stuff that's going to sit on your laptop and you never use it, or you never really know the power that it holds or how to do everything with it. You're wasting your money and your time. Especially, you know, you buy something, it's like buying a Mercedes, right? It's like buying a really fast car. Fill in the blank. What's fast? The Dodge Hellcat. It's extremely fast. They made something faster than that, actually. Let's say you got one of those, right? And you never use the second key. It requires 2 keys. And you put in the second key. The first key is actually for 700 horsepower, and the second's for 1,000 horsepower. As you know, I mean, some of you guys aren't car guys, but yeah. So you need a different key to access that full power. So it's like having this really fast car, but you don't know its full potential. And maybe you never raced before. It's like you having a Dodge Hellcat with the 1,000 horsepower key, and you're stuck in traffic, or you take it on the daily driver to work. You never take it to the racetrack. You never went to racetrack school. You never put on a helmet and put the pedal down to the floor in that car. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you have these beautiful things and you don't understand it, you know? And that's why it's important to learn with what you have and learn how to utilize everything. I know, for instance, in FL Studio, the manual, if you go on the question mark and the help button, that thing is extensive, but read it, you know, especially if you don't know how to do something. It'll teach you list by list or whatever on certain topics or whatever. And of course, YouTube, there's tons of things. And I do have some more videos coming for this channel on different things that, you know, producers have trouble with. So just wanted to drop that. I was thinking about it on my head today. I was thinking about it in my head today about, you know, the mistake producers make. Mistake producers make when they don't learn things. They just make beats the same way over and over, the same sounds, or maybe different sounds. And speaking of sounds, of course, we got the link in the description of a few products that we offer, as well as the free loop pack. And producers would not even know what this does, but they knew about this and they're gonna stick with it. It's like trying a new food. You know, you never know that you'll like it until you try it. And you're like, yo, that's all I eat. America's Best Wings. If y'all guys watch this for some odd reason, that's a great example. America's Best Wings has like 40 different flavors of wings. I love chicken. Shout out to people that love chicken that watch this video. And if you love chicken, let me know in the comments. So anyway, I finally tried this flavor called hot Jamaican jerk. And they have regular Jamaican jerk. I used to eat that, but I thought hot Jamaican jerk would be too hot, but it's not. Bars again, man. So basically, my taste buds were introduced to something dope. It happens to be my favorite flavor now. And what I mean, how I'm tying that into making music and learning your DAW, learning your plugins, learning mixing techniques, learning production techniques, learning how to stack certain sounds, learning how to do different rhythms, learning how to market your music, learning how to advertise, learning about branding, learning about just succeeding in what you want, how to send music off to major labels for major artist placements, how to do TV music, all that. Learn with what you have. Especially, there's so much free information, and you know, you can always get, not all of it's good, but learn with what you have, and you have plenty. You have it all right here. So let me wrap this video up. I don't want to get too deep or go too far with the topic, because you kind of get the point by now, hopefully. Shout out to everyone showing love on the channel, as well as those that are buying the loot packs. Dope stuff. Definitely want to hear it. And hit the sub button, click the bell, and give it a thumbs up, so that way you know, we get to see your support. So again, it's DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com. Hopefully this video kind of opened your eyes to something that you may have forgotten. So anyway, keep making dope music. See you next video. Peace.